and take a comfortable seat, sitting upright so that you're supported. Allow the hands to rest on the thighs. Thanks for being here. And then let your eyes close. Bring yourself into the room, onto your mat, and into your body. To allow yourself to become present with every passing moment, taking in your surroundings, acknowledging those things that might be a distraction, and invite them into your practice tonight. And take a full inhale here, and let it go. Start to scan over the body, checking in, acknowledging any areas of tightness, concern, any injuries or fatigue. Be mindful of those areas as you start to move. This is a slow flow, so we're going to go a little bit slower through the transitions, holding the poses a little bit longer. And be mindful and maybe be curious about where you can get into tonight. And take an inhale here. And let it go. Then start to check in mentally, emotionally. Acknowledge the day that it's been. Give some validity to those things that are hanging around in your head, in your heart, in your body. And then see if you can let them go. Give them a little loving kindness. Send them on their way. Allow yourself to focus on your breath and your movements while you're here on your mat tonight. Taking another inhale here. And let it go. I'm starting to settle in on an intention tonight. Something that's going to help you for the greater good of your whole body, mentally, physically, emotionally. Maybe it's just to be present, be curious, breathe. And let that start to take form in your mind's eye. And holding on to that, and we'll set that intention with either an om or a sigh of the breath, your choice. Bring your hands to your heart center. Exhale fully there. Inhaling fully. Keeping the eyes closed, let those hands come down to the thighs. Start to grow your breath here. Lengthen and deepen it as you do. Maybe sit up a little bit taller. Ground down into the hips a little bit more. Just allow that vibration to settle in. Allow yourself to drop more into the present moment. I'm trying to match your inhales and your exhales. With the slower breath, maybe you inhale to a count of 4 or 5, as opposed to a count of 3 or 4. Engaging that Ujjayi pranayama if it's comfortable, that slight narrowing of the back of the throat. Otherwise, just normal, slow inhales and exhales. Just kind of notice how the body responds to these slower, deeper breaths. As you continue to breathe deep, can you start to draw that low belly in toward the spine and then up toward the belly button? Can you take your pelvic floor and can you draw that up toward your spine? Just kind of notice what sensations occur when you engage those areas. Maybe you're able to breathe a little bit more into the side, waist, and back body. Just a few more cycles of breath here. Wherever you're on that breathing cycle, exhale fully. Let your chin come to your chest. Let your eyes blink open. As you inhale, roll your right ear to your right shoulder. And then as you exhale, draw chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. And continue that. Inhaling to the ear and exhaling to the chest. Just kind of explore your range of motion. Do a couple more rounds each side. Staying with your breath, no rush. And the next time you make it over toward your right ear, pause. Just relax there. Maybe even look down toward your shoulder. Maybe take even that left hand and walk it out a little bit toward the left, lengthening all along that left side. And then bring that left hand back to your thigh. Draw the chin back toward the chest and then over to the left. And then pause there. Maybe chin looks down, or chin draws down to the bottom shoulder. Maybe that right hand kind of extends out to the right. Just kind of be curious about those sensations. Then bring that right hand back to the thigh, and then bring your chin toward your chest. As you inhale, look up, sweep those arms up. And as you exhale, find cactus arms. From here, as you inhale, take the arms back, lift the chin. And as you exhale, draw the arms toward one another as you round the spine. So thinking cat-cow here. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, round. Good, keep those inner edges of your forearms together, and then inhale, lift your chest. Good, so you're looking at your palms, maybe your wrists. Good, squeeze those toward one another. Lengthen up through the spine. And then see how it feels to draw those arms apart. You draw your pinky edges apart and then hug those elbows toward one another. Either they're touching or not, they're drawing toward one another, but pinkies are drawing away. Good, take a couple more breaths, check in with your breathing. And then draw those pinkies together, palms together. Inhale, sweeps those arms up. And then as you exhale, right hand down by the side, left arm's gonna come overhead. So you have an option here. You can stay here, maybe your head and your hand find a little hammock with one another. And you open up the chest. And you can stay here, or if it feels good, maybe on your exhales, you round forward. And on your inhales, you lengthen up. So you have options here. You can continue that with your breath, or you can hold. So whatever's going to feel best in your body, keep grounding down into those sit bones. Sometimes movement feels good, sometimes holding feels good. Good. Take one more breath, and then sitting up on your inhale. Exhale there. On your next inhale, sweep that arm straight up. And then exhale, lean it over any little bit to the right. Press down into that right hand. Inhale, brings those arms up. And as you exhale, left hand down by the side. Walk your hand out. Maybe your hand and head find a little hammock, or maybe you just reach up. Sit down into that right hip. Open the chest. And then again, you can stay here, or on your exhales, round it forward toward that bottom loop. Your inhales will lengthen you up, and your exhales will round you, or you stay seated up. Opening up, pressing down into those hips. Just finding the movement that fits best for you. Slowly moving. Good. Take one more cycle of breath. And then on your next inhale, take that arm, reach it all the way up. And then exhale, reach it over to the left. Grow heavy in that right hip. Exhale fully here. Press into that bottom hand. Inhale brings you up. And then as you exhale, cactus arms rotate toward the right. Good. Pause there, and then dropping the hands either front and back, or left hand can reach to that right thigh. Finding a little twist here. Lifting up through the chest. Drawing the shoulder blades onto the back. And again, you can play with your neck if you care, play with your neck movements, not just your neck. By inhale, looking forward, and exhale, looking back. Or you can stay right where you are. A few more rounds of breath here, just loosening up the body, diving in, making motions that feel good to you. Exhale fully. On your inhale, look forward, reach those arms up. And as you exhale, cactus arms to the left. Pause there, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, hands come down to the floor or the thigh. Sit up nice and tall, lift the heart. And then rotating through that upper back. Hands can stay in front or go toward the thigh. And then again, you can use some neck motions, looking forward and backward if that feels good for your neck. Just being curious about those motions, about those movements that are happening in the body. Good. Exhale fully. On your inhale, take your arms up, reach up. And as you exhale, lean back into those hands. Turn your thumbs, point your thumbs forward, your fingers point away from you, and then draw your elbows toward one another. Press into those hands, lift the chest, lift the chin. Draw the elbows closer by bending the elbows. Good, opening the front body. Big inhale here. Exhale. Pressing into those hands, inhale lifts the heart. Exhale, come back to center. Use your hands for balance, drawing your knees up. Finding your balance, hover the feet. Good, spread through the toes. Maybe hands hover. Find a little bit of core. Good, breathe in here. Good, one more breath. And as you exhale, roll it forward, coming into child's pose. So sitting back in child's pose isn't going to be super comfortable for you right in the beginning. Prop yourself up on a blanket, a block, so that your hips are a little bit higher, but reach those hands out nice and long. Let your head drop down. Let your arms just relax here. Maybe even press into those hands to send your hips back a little bit. And then tune into your breath. Listening to that breath, smooth and steady. Up 3 more breaths here. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the chest. Reach those arms out as far as they can. Press down into the hands. And then as you inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips down, you're facing dog. Pedaling out the feet, shifting the hips, check them in. Try to make your movements as slow as your breath. Can you match whatever movement you're taking to your breath? Really slowing things down. If your day was anything like mine, it felt like it went by in a blink of an eye. So I'm ready to slow down. And then come to some stillness in your downward dog. Good. Bend deeply into those knees. We'll check in with the upper body first. Shift the weight slightly forward. Press into those hands. Draw your neck long and draw your hips back. So as you draw your hips back, your chest is going to come more toward the floor. And then see if you can bend deeper into your knees. Send your sit bones back, draw in through the low belly. And then see if you can let go of any tension in the neck. Maybe look toward your toes. And then maybe on your next exhale, straighten just your right leg, keeping that length in the spine. Bend into both knees again, press down and forward into the hands and lift the hips. And then on your next exhale, straighten just that left leg. Bending into both knees again, press down and forward into the hands, lift the hips, and maybe straighten the legs. Maybe they only go a little bit straight. Big inhale there. Exhale. Inhale, rolls you forward to plank. Exhale, hold. Good, grounding down, find some engagement in the core. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, wiggle those feet back so that your shoulders are further back behind those wrists today. So you're finding a longer plank, if you like that. Breathe. Good, can you look to the top of your mat? Imagine growing your spine long from tailbone to head. And on your next exhale, you're gonna lower all the way to the floor, knees or toes. If you walked your feet back, you're gonna need to walk them in. And then lengthen those toes back. Bring the hands back. Hands are gonna come down, press into those hands. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, shoulder blades onto the back. Imagine clawing your fingers back toward your feet. Press so much into the tops of your feet, those kneecaps start to lift. And then can you engage any more into the glutes and back body? Hover that chest any little bit. Good. Take another full inhale. On your exhale, maybe hover your feet. Good. Take another inhale. Exhale, feet down. Can you keep the lift of the chest, and on your inhale, bend your elbows, plant your hands by your side. Exhale, tuck your toes. Take an inhale here. And on your exhale, press back knees, hips to heels, extended child's pose. Reach through those hands, take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Check in with the hips and hamstrings again. Adding in a couple lunges here. Inhale, takes the right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, heel to bum, fold the hip. Pause there for a moment. Inhale, maybe do an ankle circle with that right ankle. Exhale. Inhale, lengthens the leg back out. Exhale, draw knee to nose and step the foot forward. Back knee is going to come down. Engage the core. Inhale, swoosh those arms up. And exhale, relax the shoulders. Good, draw the hips slightly back. So a little less bend in the front knee, lift up to the chest. Good. Relax the shoulders. Good, finding that nice stretch along the left hip. On your next exhale, take your right hand down by your side, left arm reaches over. Inhale, takes those arms up. As you exhale, cactus arms to the right. Good. And then take another inhale there. Exhale, reach those arms forward and back. Take another inhale there. And as you exhale, take that left hand down to the blocker floor. Press down into that left hand, reach up to the right hand, draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Good, big inhale here, and again, you can use that head as a hammock, lean it back, lean away from that right thigh, or just start to reach that arm back behind you. Another full breath here. Exhale. Inhale, takes that top arm straight up. Exhale, circles it down to the floor. As you inhale, roll the shoulders back, bring it into that hamstring. Exhale, shift the hips back. Good. Inhale, bends into the knee again. Shoulders go back with the heart. Exhale, shift those hips back. Good. One more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten and hold. So find some length in the spine. Imagine drawing that right heel back, and then start to lengthen the chest forward. Can you draw those toes back any little bit more toward your face? Okay, you're going to definitely feel it in the calf. Pausing here. Big inhale. And as you exhale, point the toe. See how close you can get it toward the floor. Reach those toes. Maybe the big toe mound reaches. Good, be careful of cramping. Draw the toes back at you. And then bend into that knee. Good. Pause there, plant the hands, straighten the back leg, and then step it back downward facing dog. Big inhale there. Inhale, rolls you forward to plank. Exhale, lower knees or toes all the way to the floor. Ground down through those toes, and then slide the hands forward, come to Sphinx pose. So going down into those hands, press down into those fingertips. Now imagine you want to crawl yourself forward. You're going to drag yourself forward so your elbows draw back, heart draws forward, chin draws slightly forward, and then turn on the legs, press into the legs. Ready? Find this nice little stretch through the chest, nice little opening or tension in the upper back. One more breath here. And then keeping the shoulder blades onto the back, can you draw those hands back, let your chest come down. Tuck the toes, press back knees, hips to heels, extend the child's pose, keep reaching through those arms, keep them nice and active. Exhale there. Inhale, lifts the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, nice full inhale. And exhale. Left side, inhale, takes that left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, heels bump, open the hip, lift that knee as high as you can. Maybe do an inhale to the circle with that left ankle. Exhale. Inhale, left leg reaches up to the ceiling. Exhale, draw knee toward the nose as you step the foot forward. Back knee is going to come down. Inhale, sweeps those arms up. And then as you exhale, shift the hips back just a little bit. Drop in through that low belly, lift the chest and lengthen through the arms. Nice long spine here. On your next exhale, left hand down, right hand over. Take a couple breaths here, finding that side stretch, maybe deep into the hip. Exhale there. As you inhale, bring the arms up. As you exhale, cactus arms to the left. Good. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Draw the elbows back. Reach through those arms forward and back. Spread them out. Take another big inhale. And on your exhale, right hand comes down to the blocker floor. Left arm reaches. Good. And again, you have options with that left hand. It can go over the top of the head. It can go behind the head. It can come to your hip. Whatever's going to feel best. See if you can roll that right shoulder underneath or right over your right wrist. Good, and can you lean away from that left thigh? Another full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, top arm reaches. Exhale, circles it down to the floor. Inhale, lifts the heart, roll the shoulders back, bend deeply into that front knee. And then as you exhale, shift the hips back. 2 more times like that. Inhale, bend. Exhale, shift it back. 1 more time, inhale, bend. Exhale, shift it back and hold. Good. Draw in through the belly. Imagine drawing that leg back and then lengthening over that leg any little bit. Good. Toes are drawing back toward you. And I know if you're like me, my right hip likes to escape, so you can keep drawing that right hip forward. Be curious and kind to the sensations. 2 more breaths here. Exhale fully. As you inhale, start to lengthen that front toe forward. Lengthen it out. Can you get the ball of the foot down? Can you still lift the toes? Awesome. And then bending into that knee. Plant the hands. Step it back, downward facing dog. Check in with that side. Check in with the hamstrings. And on your next inhale, roll yourself forward to plank. Exhale, lower knees or toes all the way to the floor. Once again, find Sphinx pose. Ground down into those hands. Draw the elbows back, heart forward. Ground down into the feet. Find engagement here. Imagine lifting your head, or the top of your head, up higher to the ceiling. And then keep the action in the arms. Press your palms together. As you press your palms together, press your pinkies and forearms into the floor. And then start to draw your chin down, tuck your toes, lift your hips, straighten the legs, and low plank. Good, engage the core, look to your hands. Press the palms, press down into the forearms. Good, nice full breath. Tailbone lengthens, pull into the belly, and then press down into those forearms, draw the shoulder blades apart. Take an inhale there. Exhale. Inhale, lowers the knees. Exhale, hips, uncurl the toes. Ground through those hands, Sphinx pose. Inhale, heart lifts. As you exhale, slide those hands back, tuck your toes. Take an inhale there. Exhale, press back, knees or toes to plank. You always have child's pose variation if you like, to downward facing dog. Nice, full inhale there. And exhale. Inhale, takes the right leg lifted to the sky. Exhale, heel to bum, open the hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw knee to nose, stepping that foot forward, back heel up or down, your choice. Find your balance, hover that front fingers. So you're rounding over the top of that front leg. If that's too much, you can have fingertips to floor, you can have fingertips to blocks. But power up the back leg. Good, bend right over that front knee. Heart comes forward, maybe those hands start to reach back behind you. Good, a couple more breaths here. And then power up that front leg. Inhale, lifts the heart, lifts the arms. Keep that back leg nice and strong. Good, draw up through the belly, lengthen through those arms. And then as you exhale, find cactus arms. So cactus arms, elbows come down, but your spine is still lifting. And then heart comes forward like Sphinx. Shoulder blades draw onto the back. Maybe you can take the arms wide. Take another inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweeps those arms up. As you exhale, left hand to the block or floor, right arm reaches. Good, finding that twist, breathing here. And see if you can roll away from that right thigh. Still powering up the back leg. Big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, top arm comes down to the floor. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Good, full inhale there. Exhale. Inhale, rolls forward, plank. Exhale, lower knees or toes all the way to the floor. Hands are gonna stay by the side, elbows are bent, ground the toes. Press into those hands, inhale lifts the heart. And now as you exhale, draw the heart forward, elbows back like Sphinx pose. Grounded into the toes. Top of the head lifts. Exhale, release the chest slightly. Keep those shoulder blades together as you tuck the toes. Press back knees or toes to plank. Take an inhale there. And exhale, downward facing up. Nice full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, left leg reaches to the ceiling. Exhale, heel to bum, open the hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw knee to nose, stepping that foot forward. Back knee's gonna stay up. Lengthen forward, power up that back leg, and then hover those hands. Good, maybe those hands start to reach back. Lengthen forward, come up nice and high onto the ball of the back foot, get the calf involved. And then engage the core on your next inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale there. Inhale, grow nice and long through the spine, draw the low belly in. Exhale. Good, as you inhale, lengthen, and on your next exhale, draw those elbows down, find those cactus arms. So spine lifts, low belly draws in, elbows draw back. Good, take another inhale. Maybe as you exhale, open the arms wide. Inhale, switch those arms all the way up. And as you exhale, right hand down to the block or floor, left arm reaches to the ceiling. Finding that twist. Again, power up that back leg. Can you come up high onto the ball of the back foot so that you lean more forward to the top of your mat? Good, take that top shoulder, roll it away from the ear, but reach up toward the ceiling. Good, one more full inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And on your exhale, circle that hand all the way to the floor. Take an inhale there. Exhale, step it back. Downward facing dog. A nice full inhale there. And exhale. Inhale, rolls you forward plank. Exhale, lower knees or toes all the way to the floor. Hands stay by the side again, ground those toes. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, heart forward, chin slightly forward. Round through those toes. Take another inhale, press with the hands. Exhale, chest comes down, tuck the toes. Take an inhale. On your exhale, press back knees or toes to plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, nice full inhale. And exhale. Put a little bend into those knees. As you inhale, walk your hands back toward your feet. Once your feet are firmly on the ground, relax the head, wiggle around. Yes. A little shake, no. Maybe bend deeply into those knees, getting into the low back. Let yourself round forward. Let those sit bones drop back. Maybe if it feels good, interlink opposite hand and elbow. And rocking a little bit from side to side. Exhale fully. Release those hands to the floor if they're not there already. Bring your hands to your knees or shin. Inhale, lengthen out nice long spine. Exhale, hands to your hips. Good, take an inhale there. Exhale. Press into the legs, bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, lifts the chest. And exhale, hands by the side. Good, grounding down there. As you inhale, take the arms up. As you exhale, reach the hands back behind you, interlink the fingers. So you're going to interlink the fingers so that you're pulling those fingers apart. If you can't quite reach them, use a strap. Palms are going to face forward. Take an inhale, shoulder blades back, bend the elbows. So you're bending the elbows. Your hands are going to come to the back of your low back, and then elbows start to draw back. Good, keep lifting up, draw into the low belly. Good, and then start to take those arms wide, bend the knees. Or sorry, arms long, bend the knees. Good, maybe start to lift the chest, lift the chin. Good, if it feels okay, stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, bend deeply into the knees, take those arms up overhead. Relax the neck. Arms reach up, sit bones reach back. Neck is relaxed. Another full inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands to the low back. Exhale, hands to your hips, release the grip. Inhale, lengthen long spine. Exhale, hold. Press into those feet. Inhale, sweeps those arms up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, so you're at the back of your mat. Round down into those feet. We're gonna do some reverse sun salutations to find our breath and our tempo. We'll start off with a half sun salutation. Exhale, fully here. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, long spine, shoulder blades onto the back. Exhale, re-fold. Press into the legs. Inhale, sweeps those arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, into our reverse sun salutation. Inhale, reaches you up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, bend the knees, walk those hands out to plank. Take an inhale and plank. Exhale, lower knees or toes. You can either go all the way to the floor for cobra or upward dog. On your inhale, open the heart. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Good, couple breaths here. Just finding your breath, finding length, finding stillness. Just checking in with the body still. Exhale fully. Inhale, puts a little bend into the knees. Exhale, walks those hands back toward your feet. Inhale, lengthen long spine. Exhale, refold. Press down into the feet. Inhale, sweeps those arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more like that. Inhale, sweeps you up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. And walk those hands out. Find your plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower knees or toes. Inhale, shoulders roll back. Exhale, meeting up. Downward facing dog. Any variations that are best for your body, take them. Slow down that breath. Be curious about the sensations. Exhale, fold. Inhale, puts a little bend into the knees. Exhale, walks those hands back toward the feet. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, refold. Inhale, switch the arms up. Exhale, hand start. Good, make that journey to the top of your mat. Have your blocks handy in case you need them. We're gonna start off with a balancing pose. We're gonna start off with tree pose. So ground down into those feet equally. And then when you're ready, shift your weight over into your right foot. Inhale, draws that left knee up to center. Good, exhale, hold. Inhale, draws that knee out to the left. Exhale, hold. Inhale, use your hamstring, draw your heel toward your bum. Exhale, hold. Inhale, brings that foot into your inner leg. Pressing in, exhale, hold. Imagine drawing that inner heel toward the top of your mat. And then any place with your hands, heart center, maybe you reach up. Maybe you're working on opening up your front body and you interlink those fingers behind your back again. Breathing. Smooth, steady breath. Check in with the jaw. I tend to get tight in the jaw. Good, 2 more breaths. Press foot into leg, leg into foot to lift the chest. Exhale. Going out the way we came, hands can stay where they are or keep them, bring them to heart center. Inhale, brings that foot off the thigh to the left. Exhale, hold. Inhale to center. Exhale, hold. As you inhale, slowly hinge forward. We're going to find a little bit of warrior 3. It does not have to be a deep one. Your choice. We're going to hold here for a breath. And then that left leg is really going to reach back. We're going to find crescent lunge. Step it back. Reach those arms up. We've been here before. Breathe into it. Good. Big inhale here. Exhale. Another full inhale. And exhale. Maybe you take those hands and link them, bring them behind the head. Squeeze those forearms around the head. Lift up, lengthen the spine. And then maybe start to lift the elbows toward the ceiling. Finding a little openness in the front body, into the armpits, into the chest. Maybe your gaze goes up. Big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, brings the head and chest back to center. Exhale, reach those arms up. Take a full inhale there. And then as you exhale, hands to heart. Open it up front to back, warrior 2. Adjust your feet. It's like, yes. Warrior 2. Good, right foot forward, left foot back. Engage the legs. Good, then you have options again for your arms. You're always gonna have options. You can interlock your fingers behind. Maybe you do a little cow arms. Right arm is gonna go up, left hand is gonna come down. And you're just gonna press your hands into your back. So you're not gonna try to grip, just press. So as you press, elbows draw back. Spine lifts. But are you still bending into that front knee? Yes. Good, 2 more breaths here. You can keep the bind if you'd like, or you can release it. Inhale is going to straighten that front leg. Exhale, lengthen that right sideways toward the right thigh. It's going to be a little bit more challenging. Or you can spread those arms, right arm down, left arm up, triangle pose. Good. Power up the legs. If your hand isn't quite touching anything, the back of your hand is going to come just to the inside of your thigh. Open the chest. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Press those hips slightly toward the left. to your top hand if you're comfortable with your gaze. Exhale here. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, bend you into that right knee, elbow to thigh, hand blocker floor. Top arm again, you have options. You can reach it straight up. It can come overhead. Maybe you find a half bind, finding your low back or your right hip. Whatever is going to feel best for you today. Be mindful of how your shoulder feels. Wherever you are, can you lift yourself away from that bottom shoulder any little bit? Yes, usually everybody can do that. Good, 2 more breaths here. Still engaging those legs. Exhale fully. Inhale, looking down, release any binding power. Exhale, press yourself back up, warrior 2. Good, reach through those arms, press into the feet, and pause there. Inhale, straightens that front leg. Exhale, turns the toes to the long end of your mat. Parallel the feet, hands to your hips. Take an inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lengthen forward, halfway pause. Engage those legs. Lift your kneecaps, send your heels back, press into the outer edge of your feet, and lengthen the chest forward. Go ahead and take another inhale there. And then as you exhale, maybe hinge the hips any little bit more. Maybe your hands come to block your floor. Keep the activity of the legs even when your hands reach the floor. Draw in through the low belly. Start to lengthen the top of the head toward the floor. Your floor might be more out in front of you or directly below you, depending on how flexible your hips are. Your hamstrings. Good, take another big inhale here. Exhale. Good, as you inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, walk those hands forward. Think of downward facing dog hands. Right, so press down into those hands and then press down and forward, send those hips back. Really engage the legs. Now let the chest drop any little bit to the floor. So wide, wide, wide leg, downward facing dog. Nice, couple breaths, good. Can you send and lift that sit bone back toward the back wall any little bit, create space in your armpit. Exhale. Inhale, lifts the chest. Exhale, walk those hands back underneath. Good. Put a little bend into your knees. As you inhale, walk your hands back to the right, toward your right foot. And then take your back foot, step it in and out to the left ever so slightly so that you can straighten both legs. So you might need those blocks, hands might come to your hips. Take your right hip, draw back the left hip forward. Pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Press down into those feet, lengthen the chest forward. Breathing here. So a nice little hamstring stretch on the front leg as well as the back leg. Can you imagine drawing your heels together as you spread your mat apart? Exhale fully. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bend you into that front knee. Send that back leg back. If you're comfortable, maybe back heel's coming down or maybe it stays up. We're gonna come into a twist. Inhale, lifts the heart. And then as you exhale, rotate to the right. So rotation first. And then take that left elbow to the right knee. Press the palms together, lift the chest, power up that back leg. And open the chest to the right. Nice full breaths here, finding that twist from the upper back. And can you shift your weight ever so slightly into your front foot? Find more length in the spine. Another big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, hands down to the blocks or floor. Pause there, take an inhale. As you exhale, shift the weight forward, come onto the toenail of the back leg. So find all your weight in that right leg and then lift the left leg as you stand into the right leg, standing splits. Good, spread through the toes. I know the right leg's burning. Slow doesn't mean easy. Good, breathing. Maybe forward fold a little bit deeper. Another big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, lift to lengthen. As you exhale, left foot steps down to meet the right. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward fold and hold. Good, so the feet are either together or maybe hip distance and parallel. Or just folding into it. That knees can be as bent as you need to. We're targeting those hamstrings. See if you can find a little engagement into the upper back. Draw up and into the low belly. Two more full breaths here. Keep lifting up through those kneecaps. So you want the front of your legs just as active as the back of your legs. Exhale fully here. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press into those legs. Inhale, sweeps you up. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment there, hands by your side. Close your eyes. Check in with that right side. Notice the effects of the poses. Check in with the mind. And then allow your eyes to open, hands to your hips or your heart center. Pour your weight into your left leg. As you inhale, take that right knee up to center. Exhale, hold. Inhale, draws the leg out to the right. Exhale, hold. Inhale, heel to bum, use that calf. Exhale, hold. Good, and then inhale, bring that foot into your inner thigh. Knee, foot goes anywhere along that leg. Now press everything back. Good. Yep, and now draw that heel forward. Arms can grow into whatever form feels best to you. Nice full breaths. Couple more breaths here, and then we'll go out the way you came. Exhale fully, hands can come to heart if you need. Inhale, takes the right knee out to the side, foot releases. Exhale, hold. Inhale, brings that foot, knee back to center. Exhale, hold. Inhale, tips you forward, finding that Virabhadrasana 3, lengthen out. Finding a little bit of a balance. Good, nice full inhale here. And then as you exhale, reach that right foot back, step it back. Finding your crescent pose, high lunge. Breathing here. Draw up through the low belly. Draw the low belly and lift and lengthen through the spine. Maybe even look up. Really power up that back leg. Can you bend a little deeper into the front knee? If that creates too much tension in the low back, just bend out of the front knee. But back leg stays powered up. Maybe hands interlink, bring them behind your head. Wrap those forearms around your head. Lift your elbows. Lift the chest. Keep drawing in through the low belly. Maybe gaze goes up. Good, nice full breaths. Can you squeeze those elbows in a little bit more? Use your armpits, that little muscle right below it called the serratus. Exhale. Inhale, spine goes back to neutral. Exhale, reaches those arms up. Take a big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Heart. Exhale, open up front to back, warrior 2. Never were you so happy for warrior 2. Good, power up that left side, engage that left hip by drawing the knee out toward the left. Pressing the outer edge of the back foot. And again, you have the options again for your hands. You can take your left hand high, right hand low, press those hands into your back as you lift your chest, elbows draw away from the chest. Keep lifting up as much as you're bending in. Good, so really press those hands down into the body to open the front body. Good, one more big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, you can keep the arms or unwind them. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Good, lengthen the side waist. Maybe that's too much for your core or your low back, so those arms start to spread. Hand comes down toward the block of floor. Top arm reaches, finding triangle pose, Trikonasana. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Draw that Right hip ever so slightly forward as the left hip draws more under. Good. Opening up the chest. Maybe gaze goes to that top thumb. And check in with your breathing. Is it still smooth and steady? Good. One more full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, bend you into that left knee. Either elbow to thigh, hand to block or floor. Take a big inhale, press into your legs, lift the heart. And as you exhale, maybe top arm reaches overhead. Maybe it finds a half bind, maybe it finds a full bind. But use those legs to lift the chest. Drop into the low belly. Tailbone's gonna lengthen to your back heel. Your top shoulder is going to roll back. Maybe your gaze will even go up any little bit. Good. Continue to breathe. Nice. 2 more breaths here. Exhale fully. As you inhale, unbind, take that arm straight up. Exhale, looking down. Engage the core. Inhale, press yourself back up, warrior 2. Pause there. Good. Can you bend a little deeper? Can you make the arms a little straighter? Can you breathe a little smoother? Inhale, straightens that front leg. Exhale, parallel the feet to the long end of the mat, hands to your hips, or find that inner loop behind your back, your choice. Take an inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lengthen forward. If your hands are interlinked, imagine pulling those arms apart, draw the shoulder blades onto the back, lengthen the neck, and then hinge forward any little bit, bringing those hands up overhead, toward the ceiling, or even more toward the front of your mat. Good, take a nice full inhale and exhale here. Keep drawing up through the low belly. Keep engaging those legs. Can you lengthen the spine any little bit more by drawing up through the low belly? Exhale fully here. Inhale, hands to low back. Exhale, releases hands to floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, walk those hands out again in front of you. Find that downward facing dog hands, right? So walk them out, send those hip bones back, press into the hands. Lengthen from armpit to hip. Power up the legs, pressing the outer edge of the feet, especially the heels. And then can you drop the chest any closer toward the floor? Nice. Drop up through the low belly. Can you breathe deeper into the space behind your shoulder blades? Exhale fully. Inhale, lifts the chest. Exhale, walk those hands back underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bends into the knees. Walk yourself back up to the left, toward the left foot, top of your mat. Pause there in that low lunge. And then when you're ready, take that back foot, step it in into pyramid pose. Uttanasana. Lift the heart, lengthen the chest. Right hip draws forward, left hip draws back. So you're scissoring those inner thighs together. And then heart comes forward. Power up the feet. Imagine drawing the heels toward one another. Maybe hands stay on your hips. Maybe they come to the blocks. Maybe they come to the floor. And see if you can continue to draw in through the low belly. Really feeling those legs. And right hip likes to stay back. Draw it forward. One more breath. Exhale fully here. Inhale, lifts the heart any little bit. Exhale, bends you into the front knee. So you have the option, you can keep your back heel down, a little bit more challenging. Back heel up gives you a little bit more freedom. Inhale, lifts the hands to your heart. Then as you exhale, rotate toward the left. Pause there, find the rotation. And then inhale, right elbow, left knee. Good. Press the palms together, press the hands toward the chest as you lift up out of that bottom shoulder. Power up the back leg as you send your weight slightly forward. And then continue to rotate, maybe even look up to that top elbow. Good. Nice full breaths. Breathing. Can you draw that left shoulder back in a little bit more? Another full inhale. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, release both hands down on either side of the foot and pause. Good, now shift your weight forward, come to the toenail of the back foot. All of your weight's pouring into that left leg, and then inhale, stand on that left leg, lift the right. Standing splits. Good, draw into the belly, grow long through the spine, maybe fold forward any little bit. How high can you get that back leg? Can you relax your neck? Good, 2 more breaths here. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, that right foot floats down toward the left. Inhale, lengthen there. And exhale, forward fold. Good. Pause in there in that forward fold. Press into the heels. Lengthen the chest forward. Drawing in through the belly. As you go a little bit deeper, those hamstrings are nice and warm, hips are nice and warm. Be able to fold in a little bit deeper. Two more breaths here. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, refold. Press into those legs. Inhale, brings the arms up. And exhale, hand start. Good. Standing nice and tall on those feet. Feet are hip distance apart. Rounding down. A little side stretch here. Inhale, takes the arms up. Exhale, grab onto the right wrist. Tongue twister. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean over to the left. Good, so you're using traction around that wrist. Maybe your hips start to go more to the right. Maybe that's too much for you, so you just work on the upper body stretch. By those hips going over to the right, you're getting into the outer hip. Keep weight into the left foot as much as the right. Another big inhale here. Exhale. As you inhale, reach up, lengthen up. Exhale, hands release. Second side. Inhale, sweeps those arms up. As you exhale, grab onto the left wrist. Take an inhale, lengthen up. And then as you exhale, lean it over to the right. So you can stay here into the upper body or send your left hip over to the left. Getting into the left hip, but pour some more weight into that right foot. Don't let the right side get too light. Can you keep drawing your right shoulder under, staying with the side stretch? Exhale there. Inhale, reaches you all the way up. Exhale, release the hands. Good, at the top of your mat, exhale fully here. Inhale, swoops those arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Nice full inhale there. And exhale. Inhale, rolls you forward plank. Exhale, lower knee, toes all the way to the floor. Ground down into those toes, hands are by the side. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale, lower. Bring your hands off the mat onto your fingertips, elbows point back. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Hands back in by the side, elbows squeeze in. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes, press back knees, hips to heels, point those toes together, find child's pose, pause. Let everything be heavy here. Breathing into it. We get a little deeper into our hips here. If you need padding for your knees, you can always roll your mat. You can use any blankets or cushions that you have. 2 more breaths here in child's pose. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, shift the hips forward, tuck the toes, press back, downward dog. step forward from knees if you need to. Inhale, takes the right leg lifted up. Exhale, draw knee to nose, and then draw that foot outside your right hand. So both hands are on the inside. Drop the back knee. Draw in through the low belly. Imagine drawing your front heel to your back knee. So you're lifting the chest. Maybe hands are on the floor, maybe they're on blocks, maybe hand comes to your front knee. Just lifting up, drawing and breathing. Tailbones lengthening, low bellies drawing in. A little bit wider stance. And then taking the hands down to the inside again. And then from here, you're going to take your foot, turn it out about 45 degrees. And then see if you can roll to the pinky edge of your foot. So you're going to roll that out any little bit. And if you want a little bit of more assistance, take your hand to your top of your right thigh and kind of draw that right thigh away from you. But keep pushing into the pinky edge of the foot. Good, breathing. Maybe let those hips drop a little bit further forward. And as you inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, brings that foot back down. Still pointed out at about 45 degrees. See if you can reach your right hand back toward the back of your mat. Good. Can you bend that left knee? Can it reach to your hand, to your foot? You might even have to shift your back to reach there. And then shift your weight forward again. Awesome. Maybe, maybe not. Towel, strap, those are all accessible for you. Fiona, again, you are so close. You can see it in the mirror. Look at that. Good, a couple more breaths here. And then releasing that foot, circle the hand forward. Draw that foot into the center line. And then maybe hands stay on the floor, you power up the back leg. Maybe your elbows come to blocks or the floor. Your back leg is up or down, your choice. But just getting a little bit deeper into those hips. Good, nice full breaths here. Can you soften through the neck and jaw? Can you lengthen the top of your head forward? And can you ever so slightly hug that right knee into your sideways? Just want to see how that feels. A little active engagement there. And then come back to your hands if you're not there already. Straighten the back leg. Take an inhale, lift the hips ever so slightly, and then exhale, draw your right knee to your chest. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, your right knee to the back of your right hand. So come into pigeon. Yes, and then just lengthen forward. Draw it forward straight away. Breathing into it. Relax the head. Relax everything into this pose for a moment. Just be soft. And then start to power up the back leg. Press into the toes. Press into the foot. Press into the knee. Press into the thigh, press into that left hip, drop forward toward your right foot. And then press into the right hip, right knee, right shin. Press down into both legs so much so you can find length up out of your hips to lengthen forward. And then exhale from that leg, let the shoulders and head relax a little bit more. Three more full breaths here. Exhale fully. Inhale, brings those elbows back underneath the shoulders. As you exhale, take your left hand to your right knee, so that right elbow is going to come a little bit more to the center line. That's all right, left, I said left. Yes. Okay. Right hand's going to come to your back. I thought I said right. Right hand's on your low back, draw that right shoulder back, find that twist. Press your heart forward, press into the back leg, lift the chest. Good, if it feels okay, maybe you bend that back leg, reaching that right hand for the foot, and find a little stretch, pressing hand and foot, foot into hand. If that doesn't happen, keep hand on the low back, work through the twist. 2 more breaths. Awesome. Exhale fully. Inhale brings that right hand all the way down, release the foot. Exhale, find a little bit of Sphinx pose here. Engagement into the upper back. And then slide those hands back underneath the shoulders, tuck the back toe, shift your weight forward, press into the back leg, straighten the back leg as you draw that right knee to your chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your choice if you'd like to go through a vinyasa here, letting that go nice and slow, or stay in downward dog or child's pose. 2 more breaths here, and we'll head into the second side. Exhale fully. Inhale takes that left leg, reach it up. And exhale, step it outside your left hand. Good, let that back knee drop. Pausing there for a moment. And then take that front foot and draw out about 45 degrees. Yeah, pressing down into that right hand, then start to lean that knee out toward the left. So that knee's gonna lean out toward the left, coming to the pinky edge of that foot, and maybe drawing that thigh away from you. Tony, drop your back knee. Oh, Tony, your back knee, put it on the ground. There we go. Be a lot easier. There we go. Good. Can you let those hips drop forward a little bit? And then come back to center. Draw that foot back to center, pause there, draw your front heel to your back knee. So engage everything so you're drawing them together. And then your hands can stay on the floor, maybe your hands come to your top knee. I did those in reverse order. I did forget. I forgot. Engage your back glutes. And then hands coming back down. Turn that foot back out again at 45 degrees, and then you have the choice, stay here, maybe elbows to block floor, maybe your back leg powers up. Breathing into that. We're just mixing everything up here. We'll get to all the same poses, I promise. We're going to come into that little quad stretch if that's accessible to you. So right hand's going to stay on the floor. Left arm's going to reach to the back of your mat. Maybe that right foot comes toward your hands. You find the foot, find a little resistance. Otherwise, maybe you're just reaching back, finding an open twist. Nice. And if you want to switch your hand to the other side of your foot, to your heels. Yeah. Does that feel better on the shoulder? Yeah. Good. And then slowly release that. Coming back. And I kind of forgot where we're going to pitch it. Yes. I'm just forgetting the left and right. Sorry. Right side's totally different side. Press down into those hands, straighten your back leg. And then draw your left knee to your chest. And then into the pigeon. Ah, everybody's happy there. Lengthen it forward. Let it go. Be heavy, be relaxed. And then start to power up that back leg. Press down into the top of the foot, the knee, the thigh. Draw that right hip toward your left foot. Press down into the left hip, left knee, left shin. Press down fully into both legs, find length in the spine. And then with that length, find any more fold forward. Full breaths into the back body. Exhale fully. Inhale, lifts the chest. Exhale, walks those elbows back under. And then take your right hand to your left knee. So that right elbow is going to be a little bit more toward the left. And then your left hand to your low back. Press down, lift up, open the chest, find the twist. Good, keep drawing that left shoulder back. Maybe your back foot bends, you reach for the foot, and then press foot against the hand to find a little bit more openness. If that's not going to happen, hand just stays on the hip and press down to lift up. Same thing, Tony, can you find the opposite side of your foot? Grab your pinky edge with your hand. Nope, okay, no problem. Big inhale. Exhale. Slowly release that foot, come back down with the left elbow, right elbow, find space. And then press those hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the back toe, shift the hips slightly forward, and then straighten the back leg. Draw knee toward nose, and then step it back, downward dog. Your choice, vinyasa, or downward dog, or even child's pose. We're going to make a brief stop into malasana to navasana to our backs. So we're headed toward the floor. Exhale fully. Inhale, look to the middle of your mat. Exhale, hop, step, or walk both feet to the middle of your mat. Heels in, toes out, and drop those hips, find malasana. Good, pausing in there. And again, if you have bakasana practice, if you have a crane practice, you'd like to go there, go for it. Otherwise, you can stay here, doing any motions that feel good to you. It's your practice. Do what feels best. For those people that are staying in this pose with me, maybe press out and lift those hips ever so slightly, engaging. And then everybody lowering back down, round the spine, reach out, drop the head. Rock a little bit, finding some stretch in the low back. And then lift the chest, drop the booty, find Navasana. We're almost there. Good, lifting the chest, spreading through the toes. So you can keep knees in and hugging in just as hard as legs straight. Keep the chest up. Good, wherever you are, we're gonna make our way to the floor. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Pause, take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Pause, take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Pause, take an inhale, shaking's good, hold, exhale, and take an inhale, exhale all the way down. Let it all go there. So we're gonna come into some heart openers. So you have the choice if you would like to work towards back bends, right, on your back with your hands and your arms like bridge pose or Urdhva Dhanurasana, you have that. If you have a block and you'd rather do something more passive and you'd like to take that block underneath your shoulder blades, you can have that there. If you have two blocks, another block under your head is a nice place to be. So you have different options here, whatever you like. I'm going to walk you through one bridge pose, and then you have two more options on your own. If you're on the block, stay there. Good. Bend those knees if you're coming into bridge or wheel. Hands reach to your feet for bridge, hands up by your head for wheel, Press into those heels. Inhale, lifts the hips. Exhale, going into bridge pose. Setu Bandhasana. Wiggle those hands underneath the fingers. Press the hands down. Lift the hips and those shins forward. Draw the heels back. Press the back of the head into the floor. Couple more deep breaths. Exhale fully. Inhale, unwinds the shoulders. Exhale, slowly lowers those hips. Pause there, either knees knock in or knees point to the ceiling. Take a moment. And then your choice, either repeating that or going into Urdhva Dhanurasana, or using your block if you'd like to go that route, and opening up the chest. So your choice, your movement to do with your breath. Hold for about 5 or 6 breaths, smooth and steady, feeling that openness in the upper back. Nice full breaths. If you're on a block or a bolster, see if you can maybe even open up the elbows, find some more length across the front of the chest. 2 more breaths. And slowly making your way down. If you're on a block, elbows will come down to the chest. And then you'll remove that block. Everybody rolling all the way down to the floor. Good. Drawing those knees to the chest, give them a little squeeze. And then coming into a little happy baby, draw those feet nice and wide, just to give that back a little bit of a stretch in the opposite direction. Check in with those hips. We're going to come into a twist here. So deciding what type of twist is going to be best for you tonight. 1 leg, 2 legs, eagle legs. Go and draw those knees back to center. Place the soles of the feet onto the ground. Shift your hips to the right first. And then whatever position you'd like for your twist, and then drop those knees to the left. So whatever is going to be best for you for this twist, knees to the left, right shoulder drops out to the right. Nice full breaths here. Find a little engagement in the legs. Lengthen your tailbone to your heels. And then try to find length from your upper hip to your armpit. One more full inhale here. Exhale. Draw in through the low belly. Inhale, draws the knees up. Exhale, bring those hips back to center. Pause there for a moment. And then shifting those hips to the left. Taking any position with those knees as you drop them toward the right. Knees to the right, left shoulder opens to the left. Tailbone lengthens to your heel. And then finding length from your top arm to your top hip. Exhale fully here. As you inhale, draw the knees back up. Exhale, hips back to center. Pausing there. And take both legs up to the ceiling. Spread through the toes. Push up through those heels. And then maybe point through the toes. Push through the heels. Point through the toes. Push through the heels. Maybe make circles with your ankles again. Both directions. And then taking those hands behind the thighs, lengthen the tailbone down, resist the legs to go with your tailbone. Straighten the legs as much as you can. Try to keep the head and shoulders down. Then just kind of scan over the body. If there's any other posture your body's craving, let yourself take it. Otherwise, slowly let those legs come to the floor. Extend those legs out. Use any props under your knees, low back, or head that you need to. Maybe even covering your eyes. Getting out any little wiggles you need to rest comfortably here. And then exhale fully. Take a nice slow inhale through the nose. Hold on to that breath for a moment. And let it go. Again, inhale, draw in through the nose. Filling it up, hold on to it for a moment. And let it go. One final time. Drawing in. Holding it in. And release. Letting your body and mind surrender into stillness, into relaxation. I'll bring us out of Shavasana with 3 bells. Take rest. Allowing your next breath to come a little bit deeper. And then your next breath, bring some movement in your fingers and toes, maybe even wrists and ankles. And your next breath, reach your arms back behind your head, slide your feet together, give yourself a long stretch. And then slowly bend the knees. Either windshield wiper those legs or draw those knees into the chest, whatever's going to feel best to you right now. And then slowly, using your arm as a pillow, roll over to your favorite side, pause there. Take a moment to check in mentally, physically, acknowledging those shifts from the practice today. And mindfully pressing yourself up, come all the way back up to seated. Once you've arrived in that seated position, allow the eyes to close, hands to the heart center or on the thighs, and just pause there and observe the energy in the body. Allowing yourself to be in the room, on the mat, and in your body. Bring that intention back to mind. Allow your hands to press in front of your heart if they're not there already. Seal this practice in together with one final om or a sigh of the breath. Exhale fully. Inhale in here. Bowing your head slightly. Take a moment. Think of one thing in your life that you truly are grateful for. And hold on to that image in your mind's eye as you raise your head with a smile. Thanks for joining me. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you at home, Eric. Namaste. Drink lots of water, eat veggies, rest sunblock. We'll see you again next week.